My name is Kate Wilson, and I'm 47 years old. I've been married for 20 years, and my mother-in-law, who lives with us, is a cheerful and playful person. We've never had the typical mother-in-law and daughter-in-law conflicts. However, 3 years ago, she developed vascular dementia, a form of mixed dementia. When our son graduated from high school, he moved to a distant university dorm to avoid dealing with his grandmother's dementia. I quit my longtime job to care for her and switched to working from home. My husband is indifferent to household matters. No matter how hard things get, he won't help. I often think about how different he was when we were younger, but we've come this far, and I feel I have no choice but to accept it. I've asked him, "Why don't you help out once in a while?" But he always replies, "I work and support the family. Why should I have to do anything around the house?" When I see young couples in the neighborhood with husbands who help out, take out the trash, go shopping, and care for the kids, I feel like I was born in the wrong era. I started noticing my husband's strange behavior about 4 years ago. He began treating me like a housekeeper and stopped having normal conversations with me. Yet when a call came in, he'd go into the bedroom and talk for a long time. Even when he was supposed to be sleeping, he'd be chatting on WhatsApp under the covers. I suspected something was going on, but our relationship was so cold that I didn't really care. Is he having an affair? What a fool, I often thought. I wondered what I would do if my mother-in-law were no longer around. Given my husband's attitude, I couldn't stand the thought of spending the rest of my life with someone like this. If it came to that, I'd probably get a divorce. One day, it happened. My husband, Tony, announced he was leaving home with a large bag. Leaving? Is it a business trip or a transfer? No, I have a mistress. I've been putting up with this until our kid was out of the house. But now he's gone, I'm finally free. Even after the kid leaves, we still have to pay for his tuition, you know. Tuition will only last another 2 years. 3 years, actually. What? Why? Because he is still a freshman in college. Really? He was an idiot who didn't even know his own child's age. How foolish can he be? Even so, I'm leaving. I can't stand living in this house anymore. So you take care of Mom. You two burdens can get along. Get along? Sure, but I don't want to take care of a senile old woman. You've never helped with her anyway, so how can you say that? Besides, she's your mother. Don't you feel sorry for her? She's lived her whole life for you. I never asked to be born. I never thought I'd hear such words from a 50-year-old man. He sounded like a middle or high schooler. If he's going to be that stupid, I have my own plans. So since you have a mistress, we're getting a divorce, right? What? I mean, that's what you're saying, isn't it? You're leaving the house. If we get divorced and you stay in this house, then sure, I'll divorce you. What do you mean? Someone's got to take care of Mom. I don't want to, and my girlfriend doesn't want to deal with dementia either. So that means you're the one who has to do it. But if we get divorced, you'll take the opportunity to leave this house, won't you? Then there'll be no one to take care of Mom. I'd be blamed for abandoning her. Worst case, I might even be held legally responsible. So no, we're not getting divorced. But it makes more sense for you, her son, to take care of her than for me, her daughter-in-law. Think about your mom's feelings for once. I have thought about it, and that's why we're in this situation. I don't understand Mom at all, and neither does my girlfriend, so it's best for you to take care of her. Once she's gone, let me know. Then I'll divorce you. How can you think of your own parent that way? She's a burden. A senile parent is just a burden, and so are you. You used her dementia as an excuse to quit your job and live off me, which is nothing but a burden. I never agreed to you quitting your job, and now all the responsibility falls on me. What? We're married. We're supposed to help each other. Helping each other is one thing, but you just want help for yourself, don't you? That's not true. I. You want to say you're taking care of Mom, right? But I never asked you to do that. You're the one who discovered her dementia, and you are the one who decided to quit your job to take care of her. You knew it would make things financially difficult, but you quit anyway. That means you're dependent on me, and that's just a burden. Is that really how you feel? Is that why you got a mistress? Yeah, that's right. Being with a new woman is much better than being with an old wife like you. But hey, I'm not divorcing you. At least not for now. You're so selfish. Your poor mother. I don't care. I'm leaving. Goodbye. With that, my husband walked out the door. I stood by the front door, lost in thought. What should I do now? Even though it's mixed dementia, it's still dementia. How am I supposed to take care of my mother-in-law with such a small income? I never expected to be treated like this. As I was sinking into shock, my mother-in-law approached me. Kate. I wiped away my tears and turned to her with a smile. What is it, Mom? But there she was, my mother-in-law, with a clear and determined expression on her face. Moreover, she had a bright smile that I hadn't seen since before her dementia. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. Maybe we should move into a mansion. What? I was thrilled to see her clear smile for the first time in years, but her words brought me crashing down. There's no way we have money for a mansion. She's clearly not cured. She doesn't understand anything. A mansion, Mom? That's impossible. It's fine. I've been waiting for this day. Waiting for someone supposedly demented, she seemed unusually clear-headed. Normally, she'd be vague and unfocused, but today was different. What's going on? Shall we call a realtor? Mom. I didn't know how to respond, feeling at a loss for words. Should I just agree? Should I tell her the reality? But if I agreed and she actually called a realtor without understanding our financial situation, it would be a problem. Mom, we don't have any money, so a mansion is out of the question. I forced a smile, but sadness welled up inside me. Thinking I'd have to continue dealing with Mom's dementia, I couldn't help but wonder why I, the daughter-in-law, had to bear this burden. But then she said something completely unexpected and unbelievable. Kate, it's okay. All right, first I need to apologize to you. Huh. What for? The dementia was a lie. What? I was just pretending. Pretending? Yes, about 4 years ago, I overheard Tony talking to someone while you were at work. He was on the phone in the bedroom, and because it was on speaker, I could hear the other person's voice. It was a woman. She was talking about how I had quite a bit of money, and they were planning to get rid of you, live with me for a while, and then scam me out of my money before moving out. Since my mind was still sharp, I could live alone, they said. The woman didn't want to live with me, but she agreed to the plan. So the mistress he mentioned, yes, he's been seeing her for 4 years. When I heard that, I thought if that's their plan, then I'll play my own game. Wow. So I thought about what would be most effective. I even consulted with my doctor, who's been looking after me since I was young. We figured out what would make the woman not want to live with me. That's when I decided to pretend to have dementia. Huh. So I researched dementia symptoms and asked the doctor what to do. I made it look convincing, didn't I? Fooled you, didn't I? Yes, completely. An award-winning performance, right? I should have been an actress, and then I noticed your illness. Exactly. I knew you'd figure it out, Kate. You wanted to take me to the hospital right away, but you mentioned a specialist, which made me panic. For this plan to work, it had to be our doctor who knew about it, so we could coordinate. That's why you insisted on that clinic? You refused other doctors, but with that one, there was no resistance at all. That's right. This is unbelievable. Sorry, but other doctors wouldn't have cooperated. He was very cooperative indeed. Right, for full-blown dementia, I'd have to act 24/7, so I went with mixed dementia. That's where the doctor was a big help. Sometimes I slipped up, but since it was mixed dementia, it was okay, right? Yes, I suppose so. Thanks to that, Tony thought he needed you and decided not to kick you out. Serves him right, though I did quit my job because of it. Then, since he thought I was demented, he started slipping up more and more. It was easy to catch him. I didn't expect to keep it up for 4 years, though. I thought it would only take a year at most, but he was surprisingly stubborn. Still, he finally left, so it worked out in the end. But he's your son. Are you okay with this? He got involved with that manipulative woman and then tried to scam his own parent out of money. Not only did he refuse to take care of me, but he even left the house to avoid it. I can't believe he's my son. I see. Wasn't it tough for you these past 4 years? There were tough times, especially since I was deceiving you, Kate. I couldn't even go out for tea with friends or travel. I just kept thinking, get out already. But once you start, you have to see it through to the end, so I stuck with it. It seems like unnecessary effort, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel good now? She smiled as she said this. Is this story true? Was it really all an act, or could this be a symptom of her dementia? Right now, I couldn't be completely happy, and my uncertainty must have shown on my face. What's wrong? Aren't you happy it's all cleared up? Was it really just an act? Oh, you don't believe me. I get it. My performance was flawless. I'll call someone who can prove it. Talking to him will clear things up. She said so and then called the doctor. He laughed and said it was about time she revealed the truth. He even congratulated her on getting Tony to leave. Is this really okay? After hanging up, my mother-in-law smiled at me. See, it was true, wasn't it? Yes, it really was true. You weren't really demented. I'm sorry for deceiving you for so long, but because of it, I saw the truth. My grandchild didn't want to deal with any trouble and ran away, and my son ran off to be with a woman. The only one who always put me first was you, Kate. You were always there for me. I've always thought that once this was all sorted out, I'd make it up to you. From now on, let's be happy. I was happy to hear her words, but even more so, I was relieved that she wasn't really sick. All those hard days seemed to vanish like a lie. Now that it's all out in the open, let's move to a mansion. There's a condo I've been wanting to buy for a while. If we're going to move, let's move to a luxury condo. It's completely barrier-free, so if I ever become immobile, it'll be easier to take care of me. Of course, that's only if you stay with me. Of course I'll stay with you. I couldn't imagine leaving such a wonderful person. We had become like family. Really? That makes me so happy. And you know, there's a cafe, a restaurant, spa, and a bar. There's also a movie theater and a shopping mall. It's like a small city. You can live luxuriously without ever leaving the condo. And you can have pets, so you won't be lonely. It's a huge, luxurious place. Oh, and the security is top-notch. You won't find anything like it elsewhere. That sounds amazing. Amazing, right? I'd rather use it myself than let my son take it. Once we made the decision, my mother-in-law really bought the condo. We moved in quickly with the help of a moving company. After that, my mother-in-law and I enjoyed spa and movies together. As if the person she was 4 years ago had returned, we spent every day making up for the lost time, having fun together. 3 months later, my husband Tony contacted me. Hey, what's going on? Oh, it's you. What's the matter? The house is gone. Why is the house gone? Because we moved. Moved. Where's Mom? With me. What's going on? Why are you yelling so much? You left on your own, so it has nothing to do with you. What are you talking about? That was my house. You left. Where did you move to? We moved to a barrier-free condo. Why did you do that without my permission? I have to take care of her alone, so I want it to be as easy as possible since her own son won't do it. So you're really going to take care of the old woman by yourself? That's right. What did you do with the house? We sold it. Sold it. What about the money? Mom has it, of course. Mom has quite a bit of money, doesn't she? Dad left some too, I don't know. Of course you know. You're managing her accounts, aren't you? Her accounts are with the lawyer. Why would you trust an outsider? If you needed help, you should have asked me her son. I can't trust someone who left to be with a mistress. Besides, Mom originally entrusted everything to the lawyer. There's no way she's changing that now. It's much safer than trusting you. Ew, you're really not a pleasant woman. I don't care if you think I'm pleasant or not. Fine, but make sure you tell me when she dies. Why? You don't want to take care of her, but you'll come to the funeral. Of course. I'm her only child. I have a right to her inheritance. Mom plans to spend all the money before she dies. I don't know how much there is, but don't let her do that. That would be a waste. That's her decision to make. You don't understand. You left her and didn't take care of her. It's ridiculous to think you'd get anything. Shut up. Just make sure you tell me. He hung up the phone. Mom, who had been listening, laughed. He's such a fool. But if that's how you want to play, Mom, and proposed an idea to me. Then, about 6 months later, Tony called again. He wanted to know our address. What? Out of the blue? Just tell me. I'm not telling you anything. Ew, I'm your husband. A husband on the verge of divorce. In my heart, you're a stranger. If you won't tell me, I'll find out myself. Go ahead and try. Even if you find us, you won't be able to get in. Why not? You'll see if you come. However, he actually did find out our address. He went to the city hall and obtained our resident records. As a married couple, he had the right to access the records. I realized my mistake, but it was too late. Look, I'm here. You're living in a place like this. Open the door. He was yelling at the monitor in front of the entrance. Seeing this, Mom said, he really came, didn't he? This is amusing. So let's meet him at least once. She contacted the security office and asked for a guard to be present. When we went down to the entrance, the guard was already there and greeted us. Why is he here? When meeting someone dangerous, the security guard stays with us. That's the perk of living in a high-end condo. Are you saying I'm dangerous? Yes. I said this casually as I looked at my husband in his shabby clothes. He was clearly here to ask for money. As I expected, he began. Mom, how are you feeling? Has the sudden change in environment been tough on you? Not at all. But what if your dementia has gotten worse? Kate can't handle your care all by herself. Not a single worry. If you're just pretending to care, then leave. No, listen, my girlfriend wants to take care of Mom. Besides, Kate and I aren't really married anymore. We're not even living together. My wife is a woman named Mary. It's a common law marriage. Do you understand? Oh, I understand perfectly. You just want to live in a luxury condo. What are you talking about? I found you because I'm worried about Mom. My girlfriend is very kind. She's not the kind of person who would think about such things. She's been researching how to take care of Mom. She's serious about it. Really? She took someone else's husband and said she didn't want to take care of a senile old woman. How is that kind? Is that what kindness is these days? What are you talking about? Your mind must be slipping for you to have such delusions. No one said anything like that. Oh, I see. It's Kate. She must have put those ideas in your head. Mom, if you stay with Kate, she'll drain you of your money. How much do you even have? There's no need to tell you that. Besides, Kate would never say such things. I heard you and your mistress talking about it. I don't remember saying that in front of you. You must be imagining things because of your dementia. I recorded everything you two talked about. Then Mom played the recording of my husband and his girlfriend talking from 4 years ago. The recording revealed exactly what Ma had said, the two of them scheming. How did you get that? Of course, I recorded it. That's ridiculous. Someone with dementia couldn't do that. Unfortunately for you, I could. You brought that woman home when your wife was out and had fun talking with her while I was right there. You said you weren't worried because I was senile. You thought nothing I said would count as evidence, but I took photos too. Why? You were supposed to be senile. How could you do that? Because it was all an act. An act? Are you saying that the dementia was an act? You and your mistress tried to kick Kate out and scam me out of my money, so I acted to trick you instead. I wanted to get rid of both of you. What? So that's how it was. Mom, that was Kate's plan, wasn't it? She made you do this to get your money because she won't get a penny. Kate, you're awful. How could you make Mom do this? Don't be ridiculous. She took care of me without knowing any of this. Unlike you, she never thought about just herself. No, that's not true, Mom. I never once forgot about you. How can you lie so easily? Don't you feel any shame? Mom's sharp words finally made him realize that further lies were pointless. Since she wasn't really demented, it was useless to continue. Then he switched to a sob story. Mom, the truth is I'm out of money. I'm in debt. Oh, switching to the sob story now, are you? It's true. I got caught embezzling company funds, and if I don't pay it back, I'll be fired. That sounds tough. Even if it's true, that's your problem. It has nothing to do with me. Don't say that. I'm really in trouble here. Why did you do something like that? I embezzled a little, and surprisingly, I didn't get caught, so I kept doing it, thinking I could get away with it. I'm asking why you did it in the first place. I wanted to spoil her. I thought I needed money to keep a young girlfriend. Idiot. But I finally got caught. Please help me. If I don't do something, I'll be fired. Then I'll lose her and my job. I need money to pay back what I embezzled. There is no money. How can you say that? You're living in a luxury condo. You must have money. I've given all my money to Kate as a gift before death. All of it? Why would you do that? There was no need to give it to Kate. What are you talking about? She's done so much for me. It's only natural. After I'm gone, inheritance issues could be complicated. That's why I passed it on while I'm still alive. Then how are you living? Kate is supporting me. What about my inheritance? I have nothing to give to someone who left. This is crazy. What am I supposed to do now? No, wait. Kate, we're still married. Help me. Yes, we are still married, so let's get a divorce. What? You said someone needs to take care of Mom, right? I will continue to take care of her. That's why she gave me her money. It was a gift before death, so a lot of it was taken as taxes, but there's still about $10 million left, so there's nothing to worry about. Kate will be able to live comfortably until she passes away. So if we're still married and you die, I'll get the inheritance. Therefore, I won't agree to a divorce. It sounds like you might try to kill me, so we're getting a divorce. No, we're not. I won't let you. Then I'll ask my lawyer to handle it. If you don't want a divorce, hire a lawyer too. I thought he would give up, but after a while, Tony came back asking to be let into the apartment. But I had no intention of letting him in or meeting him. He then called me from the entrance, whining. My girlfriend left me. She said she only stayed with me because she thought my mom had money. But when she realized she wouldn't get a penny, she called me worthless. I figured that was the kind of woman she was. She was furious, yelling, "How could you let yourself be tricked by an old woman like that?" And she said the dementia was fake. I was deceived. He's blaming others when he tried to deceive us, but everything was his fault. Even now, hearing his complaints, I have no intention of helping him. My girlfriend left me. I got fired. I have no money, and I have to pay back what I embezzled. Everything's falling apart, and now your lawyer is demanding alimony and child support. Why? You have money, so why demand it from me? I've lost everything. Please let me in. It's too pathetic to be homeless. Please let me in. This time I'll really change, take care of Mom, and help around the house. Please. Tony's desperate pleas were pitiful, but all I could do was laugh and think, serves you right. Later, I hired a detective to check if Tony's story was true. It turned out that it was true that his girlfriend had left him and he was fired from his job. However, he still had to pay back the embezzled money as well as alimony and child support to me. He was looking for a job, but because of his age, no one would hire him. The job he finally found was as a security guard directing traffic at a construction site. But he couldn't even do that properly and was often yelled at by the workers. Moreover, he didn't have a good reputation, so he often didn't get work, barely making enough to survive. There was no way he could pay back the embezzled money at this rate. If he couldn't pay it back, he would be criminally charged. The harder he tried, the more his life seemed to go in circles. He'd also moved out of the apartment he had lived in with his girlfriend because the rent was too high. He moved into a decades-old, run-down apartment, and he was troubled by drafts. Since then, he has come to the condo many times asking me to take him back or begging for money. Feeling sorry for him, I thought of helping him out, but Mom got angry. Mom said that he was crying to us because he hadn't reflected on his action. If he truly felt sorry, he would find a way to fix things himself. Indeed, she was right. As for me, I'm living happily with Mom. Her cheerful and playful nature always makes me laugh. Every day spent with her is a joy, and today we're enjoying movies together.